See, they're all whining about no justice, no peace. So then that means that when you get your justice, you should be peaceful. If they said, look, we don't care about this, we're not firing these cops, they're going to be on paid leave, that's what they're going to be on, and we're not going to do nothing to you, then you might be able to sing no justice, no peace. But when you're talking about, man, nothing ever happened to cops, man, they get to kill us, man, and nothing ever happened, and then something happens to them, and it ain't good enough for you, that's when I start questioning, are you really trying to find justice? Are you really trying to say, hey, the system's broken and people who abuse the system and have power always get away with it? Or what happens when they don't? What happens when the system gives you what you've been asking for? Now, all of a sudden, you're stuck. You're sitting there like, well, I thought, wow, man, I had prepared to go ahead and protest and tear up some cities and stuff, man. I went out and bought some signs and came up with these nursery rhymes. No justice, no peace, no something racist police, and all of that mess. As he's talking about no racist police, and they're all black. Now, here's where people look at you and say, you know what, that doesn't make sense. Now you're starting to sound dumb and stupid when you're trying to convince me that these black police officers were motivated by racism. I can't take your argument seriously. Now you're exposing that you're more interested in activism. You're more interested in being mad for nothing. You're more interested in dividing our country than getting justice. It's not about that for many of these people. It's about the plight. It's about the journey. It's about the forever ongoing just whining and tearing up stuff and being a victim and finding problems. People in society that only see problems and not solutions become a burden on society. Now you become that person where I'm saying, I don't want to be around you because you'll be whining about everything. And I say, okay, man, you want to go ahead here, do it. I want you to fix it. Whatever it takes, fix it. Most of the people who complain about this don't have any idea how to fix it. If you gave them a magic wand and said, okay, let's go ahead and wave it to solve the problem, they wouldn't know what to do. So here's the question as we go on, because this next lady we're about to listen to, she thinks she's deep. It's a sister, y'all. She thinks she's about to drop some knowledge on us. And I'm going to challenge her knowledge. Before we get to this video, make sure you hit like, share my videos, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Also, make sure that your notifications are on and they're set to all. Now, let's get into this. But first, quick commercial break. Noble Gold Investments is pleased to let you know that gold is the best investment class for 2022. According to longtermtrends.net, gold has actually outperformed the S&P 500, Dow, and Bitcoin for 2022. So, what are you waiting for? Open a gold IRA or a silver IRA with Noble Gold Investments this month and receive a free 1/4 ounce American Gold Eagle coin with every qualified IRA of $50,000. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold and their thousands of 5-star reviews. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com or you can simply call them at 877-646-5347.
I saw the video of the police beating Tyre Nichols to death, and there are no words left to be said that haven't been said. There's nothing new you can say when something happens every day in a country.
Now see, right there's where she lost me. I know the direction that she's going in. See, I could be like, okay, I feel you, sister, yeah, because that was a mess. That was bad, man. Those police officers were wrong. Now all of a sudden, here's where the logic goes right out the window. All emotion, all hyperbole, all misconceptions. This happens every day. What can you say? Every day. How many times a day that happens? So you just like LeBron James, remember that? Every day. Every day. Black men are being chased down by police and killed. And I'm saying, I don't think that's true. I think what's happening is you're believing an image that was downloaded into your brain. And your perception is every day this is happening. Do you understand how that would look if this was happening every day? If it was happening every day, I would be down with you, sis. If every day you turn on the news, for no reason, there are 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 30 black men being shot and killed by police officers every day, I would go, okay, that's a problem. We need to ante up right about now. But here she is throwing that out there. Like every day. She didn't go to no FBI statistics. She didn't say, well, you know what? Maybe I should go ahead and find out how many black people are being shot, unarmed, or beaten by police officers every day in America before I get on there and say, this is so bad. Every day it's like this. No different than everybody with the climate change. I think that climate is horrible because people have been telling me that. So now I see what really isn't taking place in my head. It's climate change. It's horrible. Same thing with this. Everybody's dying. Just the worst thing ever. But nobody's laying in the middle of the street. None of that stuff. So here's another victim of the Matrix. They've downloaded this narrative into this young lady's head. And she's like, every day.
But I do hope this opens a conversation to people understanding what systemic racism is and why we say this is not something that can be reformed.
Okay.
Put in black.
Okay. So it's not something that can be reformed. Right there, the argument's over. The discussion is over. This isn't something that can be reformed. So then why are we even here? Why are we talking about this? When it can't be reformed, my question to you then is, what's the solution? See, that's it. She's just there to whine and try to school us on what systemic racism is. But then the question becomes, if you're leaving no solution, then why are you even in the country? If you know there's no solution, why are you sticking around? These are the things that when I hear these people get out there and say stuff like this, and I say, so if there's no solution, and every day this is happening, you have to go back to say maybe real slavery. Because see, I can see you saying that then. Every day, slaves are being brought in, whipped, hung, killed, and forced to work. I don't see a solution to this. Therefore, it would justify me saying, let me get my butt out of this country. I'm going to jump on the first boat smoking out of here and bounce because there's no solution. And these things are happening every day. That's how that should look when you say something like this. When you say every day it happens and I'm saying there's no reform in it, then okay, it's that bad. Get out of here. Wherever you need to go. Because see, I will be on the first thing smoking out of America if what she's saying is true. They don't stop to think about this rationally. If this was happening every day, you, me, all of us, anybody with common sense, we say our country is crazy. They are walking around shooting black folks for no reason. I'm out. But no. Same thing with the, you know what? Always got to go back to that. I did think I forgot about it. If folks were dying in the streets all over the place, they wouldn't have to try to force me to get this. I would skirt down there real quick and be like, there you go. Right there. Stick it in there. So when you hear stuff like this, you got to stop and say, is that true? Or is that all in your head? But she said there's no solution because of systemic racism.
Police officers, putting Latino police officers, putting people who look like the people that they beat and brutalize within a system that teaches them to beat and brutalize other people like themselves will not solve the problem. The institution is racist. That's what systemic racism means.
There you go. So let me understand. You say black people aren't represented in all of these areas. We need our own folks to police us. We need this. We need black folks in Congress. We need black folks in the mayor. So you get all those black folks and something like this happened. And you say, just because we got black folks don't mean it ain't racism. You see how the logic just goes right out the window? Right out the window. So by trying to be deep, she becomes dense. She's deep, dense, deep, however you want to put it. But now here she is telling us, well, yeah, man, just because black folks are dealing with other black folks, that doesn't mean it ain't systemic racism. So what do you call it though when black on black crime takes place? How do you explain that? So only time it's racism is when black police officers hurt, harm, or kill a black person. But when black people hurt, harm, or kill other black people, what do you call that? Is it just black on black crime, or are they racist too? Any black person who kills another black person, is it motivated by systemic racism that they don't know about? These are things that I would ask soul sister number one right there, who thinks she's deep. She's schooling us, y'all.
Yeah, man, just because, you got black police officers, you got black this, you got black that, don't mean it ain't systemic. It's the system.
So then what do you want? See, that's the question I would ask her. Okay, I hear you whining. So tell me this. What do you want to happen? You want an all black, neighborhood? You want an all black state or all black country? That's what you want? Do you want that? See, because if you're going to stay here and complain about the system, give me a solution to it. Give me a rational solution to it. I guarantee you, if all the angry, mad for nothing black liberals or, all of that, they say, you know what? Matter of fact, all liberals, they whine about the system is broke. They whine about all of this and it can't be fixed and we should tear it down. If you say, okay, we're going to give y'all Liberalville, pick a state, pick any. Well, we want California. Okay, there you go. California is now no longer part of the United States. That is Liberalville. Okay. It's going to be ran by nothing but liberals. Okay. And you can pick black folks, you pick Asian, you can pick pygmies, whatever you want to run y'all country. And when violence still pops off there, or violence becomes out of control because y'all are all walking around with flowers in your hair talking about we should be able to counsel them and stop them from committing crimes. When things go to hell in Liberalville, then you'll wake up and realize, oh, well, yeah, maybe it wasn't so bad over there. But no, to her, she's going to be mad regardless. So here she is now. It doesn't matter if black people are in power. It's still systemic racism.
Don't use the fact that these are 5 black cops
No,
as an
overlook that.
opportunity to take out the racism of it all. No, this is something about policing in this country is that brutality and violence is inherently part of the job, and it doesn't.
Now, see, here you go. This is about policing in America, brutality and stuff as a part of the job. Okay, then take your little deep butt right over to Chicago and ask them about their mentality. You want to talk about a mentality? See, I'm qualified to talk about this because I grew up in black areas. Dang on it. There was a mentality so poor that who that dude is, man, why are you looking at me like that, man? F that. Boom. Gone. What kind of mentality is that? Black people were doing it to others. Huh? How about this? Man, look, man, people gonna take drugs anyway, man. I'm about to deal with this mess. I gotta do what I got, baby. And all the folks are victims of you getting rich off of them. What is that? Man, so-and-so just bought a new car, man. When they go to sleep, we breaking in and stealing that money. That's what we gonna do. We gonna steal that mess. No, white folks. What type of mentality is that? What do you think the mentality is that causes all those people to be killed during the weekend in Chicago and Virginia and Memphis and all of these places? What type of mentality do they have that's leading to this? Okay. Why do Memphis even need a scorpion unit? That's my question. So here she is talking about it's a mentality. So let me understand. Black cops get on the force. They come in thinking I'm going to make a difference. And all of a sudden, the white man lets them know if you're going to be a part of this system, you're going to have to become racist and violent towards your own people. Okay? We're just bringing you on for identity politics to kind of cover up the real narrative that we're systemically racist. That's all we're doing. Okay, so you're gonna have to sell out and go in and purposely kill black folks. Do she think that's what's happening? See, when you start dummying it down and say, what are you saying? What are you talking about when you say this? How can you justify that realistically? How does that look playing out? That's what I want to know. How does that take place when these people go in and swear to protect and all of that? You're saying to me these are just completely ignorant folks who have no idea they're signing up to go out there and purposely target and kill black men. As black men, Asian men, Latino men.
Doesn't matter who it is they have inflicted on marginalized people.
Marginalized people. Doesn't matter. So here it is. She can't be helped. That's what it comes down to. This woman's beyond help. She's saying it doesn't matter what solutions you give me. Doesn't matter if we got all black folks over black areas. There's nothing you can do to calm my anger, to make me feel like, okay, I have nothing else to complain about. You guys took care of it. You're broken. You're damaged goods. These are the type of people that only can contribute negatively to society at this point. Do you think she would make it on my boat, on my rocket that I always talk about? If we had to leave the planet, take the top 100, this one right here, soon as she get on the boat.
Why I got to be in the middle? Why I can't be up front? This is systemic racism. Why only the men get the roll?
Oh, you want to roll? Grab one of them.
Why I got the roll? You just making me roll because I'm a woman.
Well, you said why only men got
The roll, I know. But so what? That don't mean that.
That's what you would get out of her. Anything you give her would never satisfy her. Good luck finding a husband. Now let's continue.
And no, it is not lost upon me the quickness with which they were willing to reprimand, charge, and fire these black police officers.
So now here she is. Everything that they did to try to appease angry folks is not enough. It don't matter if the cops were black. It don't matter how quick they responded and tried to charge these men. It doesn't matter about any of that stuff. So now she got to make it her mission to insert racism. This is that mentality that is so difficult to deal with. These people are beyond repair. They're not interested in facts, common sense, reason, none of that. In her mind, how can I figure out how to make this square fit into that circle? So all the rational arguments and proof and evidence that stacks up against everything she's talking about, she's overcoming it. Without reason, without logic, without common sense though, she's not overcoming it with facts. She's overcoming it with nothing but a ideology, emotions, and anger. That is it.
That killed a black man. It's not lost upon me the reason why they came out and did all these condemnations of this is the worst violence we'll ever see before the video was released, because they are willing to paint black police officers as brutal. However, I have no interest in defending them. Okay? They don't care about the racism of it all when they're in an institution that is teaching them to brutalize black people. They don't care about
teaching them to brutalize black people. Y'all hear that? So what teaches other black people to brutalize black people in black neighborhoods? See, shut your mouth. How about you with your long dually ropes? How about you take your butt, go into black neighborhoods that are riddled with violence, gunfire, attacks, all that stuff, and start preaching to those people? Why don't you go in there and start saying,
Listen, brothers and sisters, gather around. This ain't right. We all got to stick together. That's why we can't get nowhere as a people, because we don't be.
why don't you go in there and deal with that? Because see, if you want to talk about stuff that's happening every day in this country, I'm not seeing reports every day of people being beat to death by black police officers. I'm seeing people being shot to death in black neighborhoods. So until you start focusing on that, don't be telling me about all of this stuff,
You know what? And today is a racist system and all of that.
Now, here she is sitting there with all of her, I guess, anime pictures in the background and stuff. I'm wondering if this soul sister right there were to get a knock at the door, some crazy neighbor bust in and start going to work on her, you'd think she would say,
Don't call the police.
you'd think if this was being live streamed and she was being attacked by another black man, you'd think she would say,
I'm going to opt out of the police because I don't want them coming here and implementing their systemic racism and violence against this black man who's beating my tail in here.
she would rather them show up and be like, well, we'd like to drag him off of you. Okay, you done ripped out half of your braids. You got a couple dots on your eyes, all of that stuff. Couple bruises on your ribs. But we can't touch them because we don't want to be a part of the pluralistic, white, systemically racist system. So we're going to talk him off of you. That's what we're going to do. Come on, bruh. Man, you can't be doing that to the system, man. Come on, you better than that, man. You better than that, dog, man. Come on, man. Leave her alone, bruh. Man, see, you ain't right, man. You ain't right. Or would she be saying,
Kill him. Snatch this dude off of me. I'm not thinking about systemic racism and violence against your own people right about now.
see, she wouldn't be thinking about that. So it's all good when you're sitting there chilling and talking about, yeah, man, what do you want these police officers to do when people get violent? I ain't talking about the situation that took place. That one, those folks were wrong. But there's so many other situations where police have to save your life by being violent towards somebody else. In those scenarios, nobody complains for some reason. They don't complain. The person who gets their life saved is like, thank you, man. That dude was about to kill me.
But the unfairness of that when they are brutalized the street, I am not going to go out of my way to defend black cops by pointing out that the institution that they support is racist towards them, that it doesn't give them the highest amount of favor when it goes about protecting them from responsibility for brutalizing and killing black people.
So there you go, y'all. That's the word on the street amongst the liberals who, no matter what you give them, no matter what you say, they'll never be satisfied. That's the part of our society, unfortunately, that is damaged. And I don't even know how you come back from that mentality. You know, there's some things that become systemic, like being a victim. You know, liberalism, once it get down in the bone. God bless you. God bless America. Don't forget to hit that like button, share my videos, find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those good things. And please check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like their products, please click on the link below this video. Put Kevin in a promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. If you'd like to donate to Kevin's Corner, feel free. The links are below this video. If you want to be a part of my $2 a month club, also feel free to do that. All it entails is you simply dropping $2 a month into one of those links below the video. Or if you want, you can drop a nice big fat lump sum in there to offset the stuff that we know goes on with big tech. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Make sure that you are still subscribed. And finally, set your notification button to all, because YouTube is playing games, y'all. Now, God bless you. God bless America. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner.